Alright, so in this video I'm going to be talking about Yana. So Yana is currently the only wind slime at the time of this video that you can purchase for free just using gems. So one thing to note, if you don't already have her, I probably would hold off on purchasing her just because unless you just want to have all the slimes collected, that's a whole another thing. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. But if you don't already have her and you're trying to get a good wind slime, I would actually hold off a bit because the devs are talking about actually making Win purchasable for gems. And so I would probably hold off. I mean, Yana's not going to make a huge difference either way. Even on some of the hard mode stages that give a bonus to win slimes, it's really just not worth it. You're better off going with just another other stronger double S tier slime or S tier slime. Yana isn't going to make that much of a difference on her own, but in this video I did just kind of want to talk about Yana a bit more. So as far as Yana's little unique milestone abilities, and I'm going to talk about these other skills in just a minute, but her level up ability, so at level 10 she gets bonus 10% attack, at level 25 plus 20% hit rate. It's kind of funny how a lot of these earlier slimes, there actually are a bunch that end up getting bonus hit rate, which isn't always the case for some of these even double S tier slimes. So having some bonus hit rates definitely nice if you're trying to push on just beat higher stages. At level 50 we get 10% bonus knockback chance. Not a big game changer, but it can be nice to just delay the enemies. At level 75 we get plus 50% critical damage. Level 100 plus 60 bonus attack. So total we're getting plus 70% bonus attack. Note, one thing we're not actually getting any bonus HP, so definitely if you are using Yana, I would probably pair this with just HP bonuses within the Tower of Elements or something, because Yana as well as Win actually don't get any bonus HP just as part of their kit. So getting that bonus HP through the Tower of Elements is going to be important, not only for just if you're trying to maximize the Dominator set bonus, but also if you're just trying to make sure your slime's balanced overall and isn't going to just die, which if you don't invest anything into HP, you're probably going to be pretty squishy with Yana and more likely to just lose. So at level 125 we get plus 20% bonus range damage. This is just a nice damage boost. The further the enemies are out, the more damage you're going to be able to deal to them. At level 150, this is a unique ability that applies to all slimes in battle. So if you are on normal mode, this will only apply to Yana. If you are on hard mode, this will apply to Yana and whatever other slime you're using in battle. So Yana's level 150 ability is all your in-battle slimes are going to get skill cooldown reduced by 6% times the number of slimes in battle. So if you're using just Yana in normal mode, this is going to be a 6% reduction. If you are using Yana in another slime in hard mode, both slimes are actually going to be getting a 12% reduction in that skill cooldown timer. So you're going to be able to just use skills a lot more frequently. This is kind of cool, but in practice it's just not as good as some of these consistent just stat bonuses, just because dealing with skills and skill cooldown timers, the damage will fluctuate a lot and you might not be able to deal the damage exactly when you want to unless you're just running all your skills on manual. For a level 175 we're getting plus 25% dodge chance. This is pretty cool because dodge chance actually is a important stat. There are some later hard mode stages in even stage 13 on normal mode that dodge does become a very important thing, but you're realistically probably not going to be using Yana for these higher stages anyways. At level 200 is when we unlock this second passive, the Thunder Elf. So onto our two passives. So one thing to notice, Yana doesn't have any active skills. So there's going to be no skills you have to trigger. So it doesn't matter if you have your skills set to counter, range, or just manual for Yana, because Yana is just going to automatically do this on her own. So the first passive skill, Paralyzing Current, which I'm going to show both of these in a second. So each bullet has a 20% chance to paralyze enemies, rendering them immobile and unable to attack for 1 second. So kind of like a stun. The nice thing with this compared to a stun, it actually seems to be a bit more effective just with how status resistance works. And then this second passive skill, the one you unlock at level 200, you summon a Thunder Elf with a duration of 6 seconds. Every 10 seconds, the Thunder Elf will just sit there, and it's going to deal damage to up to 3 enemies at the same time. It is only 300% of your attack, and just in practice, when I've played with it, it doesn't seem to actually do much. So just hopping into battle here, I'm going to be on normal mode. We'll start at stage 10. I'm on 1 speed, and so what we're going to look for here is every once in a while you'll notice the enemies actually stop, and you can kind of see some stuff going on below their feet, and then they're getting electrocuted, and this is just them getting stunned. The second part of that skill, which you'll notice, or this is the second passive, is every 10 seconds we're going to get a white shining orb kind of thing going on, and it's going to be shooting its own attacks. That is the elf it's referencing in that Thunder Elf. It can attack up to 3 enemies at a time, but when you look at just the amount of damage it's doing, it's just really not doing a lot of damage compared to my regular attack. So it's not going to be a big boost. It is better than nothing, but really it's just not going to be super important. So you can see it right here again, but just not outputting a ton of damage. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions.